Hello everyone, I am Bhikshamaya Chalkani, Assistant Professor of Physics from Government Degree College for Women, Nalgonda. So in this video, I am going to explain Brillouin zones of simple cubic, BCC and FCC. So we see it now, right. So Brillouin zones. So generally, so these are the boundaries. So at which the Bragg reflections occur. Okay. So therefore, we are taking the Bragg's condition for reflection. Okay, it is a vector form of the Bragg's law. Bragg's law. So the normal form 2d sin theta is equal to n lambda. 2d sin theta is equal to n lambda, but it is a vector form of the Bragg's law. So 2 into k bar dot g bar plus g bar whole square is equal to 0. So here the k bar is a wave vector. It is a wave vector. So it is used in the construction of Brillouin zones. Okay, a Brillouin zone is the locus of all those k values in the reciprocal lattice which are Bragg reflected. So at these boundaries, Bragg reflection occurs. Brillouin zones for simple square lattice of side A. At first, we see the Brillouin zone of a square lattice of side A for better understanding. So here we are considering a square of side A. So the primitive base vectors of that square lattice are two vectors. So these are the base vectors of direct lattice. We are taking A1 is equal to AI cap, A2 bar is equal to AJ cap, and the corresponding basis vectors in reciprocal lattice are b1 star, b1 star, and it is vector that is equal to 2 pi by a into I cap, b2 star that is equal to 2 pi by a into j cap. Okay, so we are using this notation. Earlier we have used only 1 by a, that the type of notation we have used, but so there are two notations for the base vectors of reciprocal lattice. So 2 pi times A2 cross A3 by volume. So we are considering that one. So these are the corresponding base vectors of above base vectors in direct lattice. Okay. So now we got the base vectors in reciprocal lattice. See, so the translation vector, or it is also called as lattice vector. Okay, that is the addition of basis vectors. So P times B1 star plus Q times B2 star. Okay, so that one. So here PQ are integers. PQ are integers. So it is the translation vector. So we saw that translation vector in direct lattice also. There it was represented with capital T bar. Here we are representing with capital G bar, or in some other books. So it can also be written in this way also. In our before lecture, we have used this notation only, small g bar. So we can take any one. So this one, so by writing the B1, B2 values, so these are the values substituted. Now 2 pi by A is common. Then P I cap plus Q J cap. Okay, G bar is equal to 2 pi by A into P I cap plus Q J cap. So generally in books we find instead of PQ there it is written as HKL. So I have taken PQR in order to avoid the confusion with K bar and K. Here the K bar is the wave vector. In HKL terminology, K is HKL are integers, but there is chance for confusion with K bar vector and K integer. Therefore, I am taking PQR as coefficients of these basis vectors in the translation vector. Okay. Now PQ are integers. Now we got a general translation vector in reciprocal lattice. That means with the help of this translation vector, we can represent every lattice in the reciprocal lattice by changing PQ values. Okay. Now we are writing the wave vector k bar is equal to kx I cap and ky j cap, and g bar is here. We are having g bar, and we substitute these k bar and g bar in above equation. So it is the dot product of two vectors we are writing here, and 2 pi by a into 2 is there. Therefore we are getting 4 pi by a and k vector g vector. So g vector and g square. So it is g square is equal to 0. So since it is the dot product of vectors, I dot I dot I is equal to 1 and I dot j is equal to 0. So just like that, so we are getting two terms on LHS side, and by bringing this term to RHS side, so we get this totally. P kx plus q ky is equal to minus pi by a into p square plus q square. Okay, so that one. So I am giving the equation number 1 since it is useful for 3D also. We generalize this equation in 3D. Okay, so here we have two basis vectors. We are having two terms on both sides. So in case of 3D, we will have three terms, the addition of three terms. So the k values which are Bragg reflected are obtained by considering all possible combinations of p and q. So we will get the only certain k values at which the Bragg reflection occurs. Okay, so those k values can be find out by actually whatever we are getting here, those are the k values. After implementing this condition, whatever we get kx ky here, all those kx ky possess uh, so at those k values Bragg reflection occurs. So it is a condition taken from evolved construction. So in evolved construction, so which lattice points are on the boundary of the evolved construction? So at those lattice points only Bragg reflection occurs. On other lattice points, Bragg reflection does not occur. So similarly, so the k values having the k values fulfilling this condition only at those k values only Bragg reflection occurs at the boundaries of those k values. If we get a k vector, at the end of that k vector only Bragg reflection occurs. Okay, that is we will see in the next coming slides. Now it is the condition, uh, it is equation arrived after implementing the condition. Now for different values of PQ, okay, so it is one equation. Now we are taking the shortest values, okay, the shortest values at first. So the shortest values leads to the k values which form the minimum Brillouin zones. That means shortest Brillouin zones. For greater values of k, we get the bigger Brillouin zones also, but by putting the shortest values, we get the shortest k values and hence the shortest Brillouin zone. At first, by increasing the PQ values, later we get other Brillouin zones. For for p is equal to plus or minus 1 and q is equal to 0, so we write in equation 1. So actually here we get plus or minus 1. So p on this side, since it is a square, we get only plus positive, but on LHS side p q are there. If we write the p as plus or minus 1, obviously we get kx is equal to plus or minus pi by a, and ky may be any number, arbitrary number. Okay, here it is 0, but we can take some number also. For p is equal to 0 and k is equal to plus or minus 1, ky is equal to plus or minus pi by a, and kx is arbitrary. So whatever the kx here, because of the product of 0, it becomes, it does not appear in our equation. So that is why we are mentioning here. It is arbitrary. So we got kx value plus pi by a. That means kx is equal to plus pi by a. That is one equation. Kx is equal to minus pi by a. Another equation. Then ky is equal to plus pi by a. Third equation. Ky is equal to minus pi by a. So fourth equation. Now we have four equations or four values of k. So and these equations represent a line. Okay. So if we draw the graph on k space, so these we see these lines. Okay, and okay, at first we see this. So here we are observing this. So we are taking one point as reference, and from that, so it is along, it is kx axis, and another one. Okay, right. So it is kx axis and it is ky axis here. So kx is equal to pi by a is written. Okay, right. So here it is written kx is equal to plus pi by a. It is one vertical line, and kx is equal to minus pi by a. It is a vertical line we are seeing, and ky is equal to this one plus pi by a. It is one, and ky is equal to minus pi by a. So it is another equation. Okay, these four lines. So these four lines intersect and form one geometrical shape. Okay, it is forming a square lattice. So we have considered the square lattice and the Bravais vector also forming the square lattice, and the intersection of these k values are forming a square lattice. Okay, it is the first Brillouin zone. So since because it is formed by shortest k values, it is first Brillouin zone. So after that, so again we are increasing. So it was the first condition we have taken. Next, the next highest k values uh, are for p is equal to plus or minus 1 and q is equal to plus or minus 1. So earlier we have taken one as non-zero and another as 0. In this case we are taking two non-zero with least number. Okay, so by substituting these conditions we are getting this. So by substituting these conditions in equation 1, we are getting plus or minus kx plus or minus ky is equal to 2 pi by a. So that means all signs are independent. Therefore, if we consider the signs independently, at one time we get kx plus ky is equal to 2 pi by a, and another time kx minus ky is equal to 2 pi by a. So just like that we get four lines. Okay, so here we are seeing the four lines again. So these were the whatever identified are, so horizontal and vertical are corresponding to earlier. Now these are crossed one. Okay, we are seeing the crossed lines. Okay, so here we are observing the crossed lines. It is one line and it is another line. So it is third line and it is fourth line. Here also we are observing four lines which are making some angle inclination, inclined lines we can say, instead of horizontal and vertical, which are making some angle with these axes. Okay, there are four lines. It is one vertical line and it is another vertical line and it is another vertical line. It is another vertical line. So just like this. So these four lines are also forming brilliant. Uh, they are also forming one brilliant zone. Okay, so it is the second brilliant zone. So that means excluding this area. So not including the first zone. So excluding the area of first zone, the remaining area comes under the second brilliant zone. Okay, here I represented here. Okay, so in that way we get the brilliant zones for a square lattice in 2D. Similarly, the same concept can be extended to 3 dimension. So the boundaries, so we are seeing here the boundaries of first zone and these are the boundaries of second zone. So just like this. So the boundaries of first zone represent the reflecting planes for the first order reflection. Okay. So in diffraction pattern, we observe first order diffraction, second order diffraction, and higher order diffractions. So that means the first order diffraction corresponding to the reflections of X-rays from boundaries of the first zone, first brilliant zone. Similarly, the boundaries of second zone represent the reflecting planes for the second order reflection. Okay. Now, a K vector so that does not terminate at the zone boundary cannot produce Bragg reflection. So as we discussed just before, so the vectors which are terminated, so the vectors which does not terminate at the zone boundary cannot produce Bragg reflection, and the vectors which does terminate at zone boundary can produce Bragg reflection. That means therefore only at boundaries only the Bragg reflections occur. Okay. Now Brillouin zone pattern can be employed to determine the X-ray diffraction pattern of a crystal and vice versa. Okay, in that way the zone pattern is used to determine the X-ray diffraction pattern of a crystal. Okay. Now we see the Brillouin zones of simple cubic lattice. Simple cubic lattice. Uh, so we earlier we have seen the equation 1. Now we are extending the similar uh, equation to this equation. So instead of taking k bar is equal to kx I cap, ky j cap, kz k cap. So and so g bar is equal to p b1 bar, q b2 bar, and okay, p b1 bar plus q b2 bar plus r b3 bar. So by writing the g bar vector in that way, and the product leads to this equation. Okay, it is the equation. So now the boundaries of first Brillouin zone are the planes normal to these vectors at their midpoints. In earlier case, we have drawn the normals to the lines. Okay, in case of two dimension, we have drawn the lines, perpendicular lines uh, at the middle of those space. Okay, no problem. Oh, just 1 minute. Okay. So here we are having b1 is equal to 2 pi by a, but the intercept. Okay, so b1 is equal to 2 pi by a I cap. So but the kx came at pi by a, that is half of the value. Similarly, we are drawing if it is x cap, so at half of the distance it is drawn, vertical is drawn. So similarly in other directions also we can extend the same analogy to 3D also. Okay, here if these are the breves basis vectors in reciprocal lattice b1 star, b2 star and b3 star, and the first Brillouin zone can be constructed by drawing planes at midpoints of these vectors in all directions. That means plus b1 and minus b1, plus b2 and minus b2, just like that. So these are the vectors. So it is for simple cubic. So simple cubic, in case of simple cubic, so the direct lattice vectors are a1 a1 bar is equal to ai cap, a2 bar is equal to a j cap, and a3 bar is equal to a k cap. So the corresponding basis vectors in reciprocal lattice are these. Okay, b1 star is equal to 2 pi by a I cap, and b2 star it should be b2. Okay, so after that, so b1, if it is b1, and we should draw the plane at b1 by 2. Therefore, we are calculating, so this one, right? So b1 by 2 plus or minus b1 by 2. So dividing with 2, we get this. Similarly, b2 by 2 is equal to plus or minus pi by a into j cap. So b3 by 2 is equal to plus or minus pi by a into k cap. So now we have these vectors at middle points. So we have to draw the planes. So these are 6 vectors. If we write the signs individually, 6 vectors. So there are 3 vectors and each possessing 2 signs. Therefore, 6 vectors are there. So the planes at these vectors. So there are 6 planes. They form a cube again. So since these vectors are along xyz only, xyzk, purely along the axis, coordinate axis, x-axis, y-axis and z-axis with a magnitude of pi by a. So therefore, again those planes form a simple cube. Okay, so of side 2 pi by a. So if it is a side and its volume is 2 pi by a whole cube, the volume of the Brillouin zone of simple cubic lattice is 2 pi by a whole cube. So one more thing, the Brillouin zone of a simple cubic lattice is again a simple cubic lattice. Okay, so that is the thing. So this will form the first Brillouin zone. So the second Brillouin zone, we can compare it with the square lattice. So it was a square. The Brillouin zone of a square lattice is again a square. It is the first Brillouin zone, and second Brillouin zone is, so the triangles are added. The triangles are added to these sides. Okay, Similarly, in 3D, in place of triangle, we get a pyramid. We get a pyramid. So by adding pyramids to each face, there it was side, here it is face. By adding pyramids to each face, and we get the second brilliant zone. So there are 6 faces. We have to add 6 pyramids. So that structure gives us uh, second brilliant zone of simple cubic lattice. So we are seeing here the first brilliant zone of simple cubic lattice. Okay, if it is so, so it forms in this way. Okay, so if it is this point is the vector of base vector of reciprocal lattice. Similarly, this one. So in that way, so it is the middle. Planes are drawn at middle of the vectors. We are seeing here. So the blue planes are drawn at middle of the vectors, and the intersection of those 6 planes, blue planes, forming a simple cubic again. Okay, so that one. So we move to another one now. So brilliant zone of BCC lattice. Brilliant zone of BCC lattice. So here the basis vectors of reciprocal lattice. These are the basis vectors of reciprocal lattice of a BCC lattice. Okay. So these are the basis vectors we have studied in the last lecture. I will provide you the link in the description. You can see. It is the translation vector of this one. Then it is the addition of these 3 vectors with integer multipliers. So now if we substitute these values b1 star, b2 star, b3 star values in above equation, and we get this. So addition of these terms, we get this. Okay, I is there 2 times, therefore, and the product is different, p times and q times, just like that. So p plus r I cap, and p plus q j cap, and q plus r k cap. So it is the translation vector of BCC. So it is the general vector of BCC, reciprocal lattice. Okay, we can get the shortest G vectors by substituting the shortest values of the integers PQR. Okay, the shortest but non-zero. Okay, non-zero value and the shortest values are these. So by taking 1, we are getting these equations. So 2 pi by a plus or minus I cap plus or minus j cap. So here there are 2 vectors. Okay, totally there are 4 vectors in this. So one vector is 2 pi by a I cap plus j cap, and another vector 2 pi by a I cap minus j cap, and 2 pi by a minus I cap plus j cap, and 2 pi by a minus I cap minus j cap. So just like that, here 4 vectors are there, and here 4 more, and here 4 more vectors are there. Okay, we are having 12 vectors, the shortest non-zero G vectors. Okay, so we have to draw the planes at middle points of these vectors. Okay, at first we have to identify the vectors in which direction they are locating. After that, so we have to draw the normals to those vectors at middle points of the vectors. Okay, so 12 directions, that means there are 12 planes. So the first brilliant zone of BCC is the region joined by those 12 planes, normal planes, drawn at the middle of the 12 vectors. Okay, so this geometrical shape formed by 12 faces is called as rhombic dodecahedron. Rhombic dodecahedron. So next one, brilliant. Okay, so it is one clue. So how to we identify? So at first we are taking this vector. Actually, okay, 2 pi by a. So it should be pi by a only. So it is pi by a, right? So, 2 pi by a. Now we are seeing. So 2 pi by a. So of magnitude 2 pi by a, here also 2 pi by a, it is minus 2 pi by a, it is also minus 2 pi by a. So 2 pi by a times I cap plus j cap, that means it directs in this way, in this direction. So it is another vector, and it is another vector in this one. So we can draw, right? So we can draw lines at middle of these, at middle of this vector. Okay, I have drawn one line, and I'm taking somewhat bigger. So and another one is, so just like this, it is the normal to this, and one normal to this line is, normal to this vector is this. Okay, and normal to this vector is this one. Okay, right. So roughly I have drawn. So these are, we have to assume. So we have identified only 4 directions. So the intersections of planes drawn at normals of these are forming another. They are intersecting, we are observing. Similarly, we have to, it is drawn in XY plane only. So similarly, we have to identify the 4 vectors in YZ plane and 4 vectors in XZ plane, and draw the planes at their normals. Totally, we get 12 planes. However, these 4 planes are intersecting. Other 8 planes also intersect in different directions, and they form one geometrical shape that is called rhombic dodecahedron. Okay, it is clear, I think. Right? We see the next one. Okay, actually, it is, we get in this way. Right. So so Brilliant Jones of BCC, and right. Okay, right. So it is FCC. Actually, we are seeing it is a FCC one. Right. So these are the basis vectors in reciprocal lattice of a direct FCC lattice. Okay, so these are the basis vectors we obtain for direct FCC lattice, and it is our G equation. And by writing all these B values in this equation, we get this equation. So the shortest G's. So by taking the shortest values of PQR, and such that it is non-zero, these are the shortest G values. So these are the vectors. Okay. So here we are getting with these signs. If we write individually, so we get 8 vectors generally. So we are, there are 3 plus or minuses. So correspondingly we get 6, but 7th one is all pluses and 8th one is all minus. So just like that. If we write on paper, we will get the impression how they are 8. Okay. So these are the total 8 vectors. The generally, so the plane normals drawn at middle of these vectors form one octahedron. Octahedron. So, but the corners of octahedron are cut by the planes drawn at middle of the 6 other reciprocal lattice vectors given here. So 2 pi by a times plus or minus I cap, 2 pi by a times plus or minus j cap, and 2 pi by a times plus or minus k cap. So these are also the reciprocal vectors. So the addition of any two basis vectors gives these quantities. So therefore these are also reciprocal vectors. So they are just after these vectors, and these the planes drawn at middle of these vectors cuts the corners of octahedron. Okay, so totally we get one other shape. Instead of octahedron, we get a octahedron. uh, Corners are cut. Okay, the corners are cut. Therefore that is called as truncated means that is cut. Okay, truncated octahedron, we get a geometrical shape called truncated octahedron. Okay, we see this diagram. So in the picture, so here the Brillouin zone of FCC is so truncated octahedron. Okay, here we are observing. So it is a six-faced. One face is having six sides, and another face is having only four sides. So these four sides face is corresponding to the vectors. Six vectors we have seen along positive and negative XYZ axis. Okay, so it is corresponding to the other eight vectors. So they point in corner direction. So if we locate if it is formed at the body center of FCC, we can say. So if it is the body center of FCC, these six-sided faces align in the direction of a corners, and these four-sided faces align in the direction of positive along a coordinate axis, whether it may be positive x or negative x, positive y or negative y, positive z or negative z. So just like that. So in that way, truncated octahedron possesses 14 faces. Eight eight faces are having six sides, that is hexagonal faces, and six are having the faces with square. Okay, so it is a Brillouin zone of BCC, that is rhombic dodecahedron. It is a 12-faced solid. Okay, 12-faced solid. So here in this lecture we have seen uh, the Brillouin zones of simple cubic lattice, BCC lattice, FCC lattice, and the Brillouin zone of a square lattice. So the Brillouin zone of a square lattice is again a square. The Brillouin zone of a simple cubic lattice is simple cubic, and the Brillouin zone of BCC is rhombic dodecahedron, and the Brillouin zone of FCC is truncated octahedron. Okay, so it possesses 14 faces, 8 regular hexagonals, and 6 squares, and it possesses 36 edges and 24 vertices. Okay, so here I am stopping. Thank you very much for watching, and please subscribe to channel and share it to the friends who require this. Thank you very much.